Instead, I got a show called Believe to Achieve. And I've been on the radio. Some of you don't realize this, that I've been on the radio since 2007. That's how long I've been on the radio. Telling other people, hey, you can. And the reason why I can, it's not because everything in my life, like I just shared with you, has been hunky-dory. Not at all. But what I have learned is that what I think, what I believe, that's my reality. And somebody say, oh, you're trying to play God. No, I'm not. God gave us that. He said we are created in his image. And because of that, we can do those things that are impossible. How many of you have met a superstar, say something like a Beyonce or Muhammad Ali or, Barack Obama? How many of you have met someone like that? A Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world. How many of you have met someone like that you were just, oh my God, they are so fabulous. And if I could just speak to them for a few minutes, oh my God, they can impart with me some of their wisdom and my life will change. And it will be so much better. And how many of you have met that superstar, that fabulous person, that person that you thought had everything you could ever possibly want, dream of having? And you meet them and you're underwhelmed. And what I mean by that, you go, wait. Oh, wait, they're regular people. How many times have you heard people say, I met them, but they're just so regular. There was nothing extra. There was nothing seemingly special about them. How many of you have met that person and you were actually went away? You were really, when you walked away, you said, oh, you felt like you had been let down, right? You felt like, man, all this time, maybe I'm going to bring it even a little closer home. Maybe it was somebody in your neighborhood that you just thought, oh my God, if I could just sit in their presence for a moment and they just impart their wisdom to me. And you got with them and their wisdom wasn't really all that. Not that they were not the person in terms of success that you had seen, but they themselves did not emanate that special quality, right? The heavens didn't open up and the angels started singing when you walked into their presence. They were just regular people. They were common. In fact, they seemed ordinary. And in many ways, they've seemed average. And you're just like, well. And the reason why I say that is because what I want you to think about is that they're no different than you. And really what you should understand is that if anyone else can accomplish anything on this planet, you can too. See, you have that same DNA of success in your life, but the difference between you and that person that you were a fan of, that you admired, that you just put on a pedestal is really one simple thing, is that they gave themselves permission to be all that they could be. That they believed in themselves even when somebody else told them that they were nothing. That's the difference. That they went ahead and they did that which was not convenient, that was not easy, that was not, accepted and seen as, okay. No, they did the hard work and they consistently did it day in and day out. They took their big picture, whatever that was, the big picture, and they just did little by little every single day to get there. That's the difference. And that's why when you meet them, you are underwhelmed. You are just like, oh my God, well, they're not all that I thought they would be. Because see, they gave themselves permission. And so I ask you, when are you going to give yourself permission to be as super, to be as wonderful, to be as great, to be as amazing as you can see in your mind? When are you going to give yourself the permission to no longer believe the lies? And that's what they are. They are absolute lies. They are not misrepresentations, right? They are not exaggerations. They are absolute lies that you have been told about you. And you have taken that and you have lived your life. In fact, those lies are the foundation of your life. It's why you are where you are, because those lies are what you have believed. And it's what you have focused on every day of your life. And those lies have what keeping you from giving yourself permission to live the big life. And the big life is not having a big just bank account or big house. No, the life to live your life fully. God said, I came so that you could have life more abundantly. He didn't say I came so you could be okay. He didn't say I came so you could be all right. He didn't say I came so you could be so-so. No, he said I come so that you can have life more abundantly. But what we allow is smallness. We allow ourselves to identify with being victims. And what I mean by that is that, you know what, we say, well, you know, the reason why I don't have, or I'm not, or I should have, could have did that, or I didn't, you know, or I won't do that. You always are looking outside of you. And as long as you continue to look outside of you, externally, you will not be able to achieve that which you were created for. Hear what I'm saying. You got to take back your power. You have to understand that you no longer want to be a passenger in your life. Right? Because that's what being a victim is. It's someone else. They did something, and that's the reason, oh my God, why I can't, why I won't, why I never will. But if you decide, and it's really a decision, to take the wheel and start driving where you know you're supposed to go, your life will change. The things that you thought you couldn't do, because that's all. That's the biggest difference between me, you, anybody else, is what we have allowed ourselves to believe about who we are. So if I say I can't sing, it's because that's what I believe. But think about this. Think about how many people actually can sing, and they were told by somebody that they couldn't. So guess what? They didn't. And then one day they open their mouths and someone said, oh my God, you can sing. And they say, oh, I really can't, you know. And they're like, oh my God, your voice is so beautiful. What are you talking about? And they go, well, because they really believe they can't sing. So guess what? They are not going to become a singer. That is not going to happen for them because of what they believe. Because the lie, and I really need us to focus here, the lie that they have been told about who they are, what they can do, what is their future, is different than what they believe. And when they believe that, when they believe the lies, when we believe the lies, we allow doubt and fears to take center stage of our lives. And then you know what happens? That's when you get the regret. That's when you get the I woulda, shoulda, coulda. That's when you look back and you go, oh man, if I just had known. But guess what? Stop all that. Let that go. Stop beating yourself up about what has happened, what you could have done, what you should have done, what you should not have did, right? Let it go. And from this moment, and I'm talking about right now, at this moment in time, decide, because see, we got to understand whether we fail or succeed, it's all due to our decisions. No, not someone else's. It's due to our decisions. So when we fail, it's based on a decision. When we succeed, it's based on a decision that we make. And the thing that we don't understand is it's not always an immediate decision. See, where you are today is based on decisions that you may have made years and years and years ago in your life. In fact, you don't even remember the decisions that you made that have gotten you to where you are right now. You don't even remember them. You don't. You just like, because you're asking the question, well, how did I get here? You just woke up like, whoa. But if you are honest with yourself and willing to do the work, you can locate what happened. And that's the only reason why I would look back. And now what you would say is, I won't do that again. I won't do that again. I won't allow myself to go that way again. See, we can decide, and I really want you to hear me, we can choose the best part of our lives. We can choose optimism, right? We don't have to allow those negative thoughts. We need to minus them. We need to do some subtraction. Those of you who weren't good at math, you need to get good at this. Subtracting out those negative thoughts from your life, because that's what's keeping you from becoming all that you were meant to become. And until we do that, until we understand completely and fully and accept that we are not only our problem, but we are a solution, that we are risk and our opportunities, right? That we are what we consider. There are parts of us that are strong and there are parts of us that are weaknesses. That SWOT analysis that was actually invented so many years ago, where people look at their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, right? And they look at them in a way so that they can help themselves with their future, what they can become, because they look at where they are right now and they go, okay. But what I want you to do is look at where you are right now and understand that that's all it is. What you can become tomorrow, you can't even see it today because it's that much bigger. It's so big. It's so huge. Once you give yourself the permission to be great. See, I'm going to give myself, I remember when I ran track and I would say things like, oh, I'm going to be ranked in the world. And I remember people around me just looking. I remember when I said I wanted to make the Olympic team. And there was no one around me in my family. There was no other athletes or anything. And I had a bunch of boy cousins. I mean, none of them were. I had one that was playing basketball, but there weren't anybody in my immediate environment to really enforce or solidify that which I believed about me. And then as I continued on, just doing, those things began to happen.